All right, so let's keep going and do our highlights here. Let's keep doing our highlights. And then we'll occasionally dab in where the dark blues are by themselves. This gradual color that we're applying hopefully plays nicely. People can appreciate it, you know. Because I like it. I think it looks good. And it's more abstract. The look itself is more abstract. It's not hyper detailed like you would see a painting, but because this is like a statue of some sort. Like this construction is not. It is detailed within itself, but then the painting itself is more abstract on top of it, which is cool. It's neat. I think that's a cool application. The guy is getting hungry. We have been experimenting in the Cordes household with food for the children in the morning to eat. We started off with protein shakes, which does well. They love chocolate protein shake, but can't stand vanilla. Even if I put a good dab of cinnamon in it, they will eat cereal, but sometimes begrudgingly. So we switched up to oatmeal. You guys know how that goes. Kids will bounce back and forth with their likes for all sorts of reasons. If you have children, you know the game. But we made it through the week. We didn't do a pastry, a toaster strudel this morning for the kids. They didn't feel like it, so I treated myself to a toaster strudel, and that's it. Nothing else. Normally I have like a banana or something, but it was filling enough, so I stopped there. But now I'm a hungry hippo. So being interrupted by the animals is always fun. But it let me kind of like take a minute to think about the large amount of blues I have here. If I take and put on too much blue, then it's cluttered. But if I don't have enough blue, then it's like, what are we doing here? This is a huge arm, and if this blue is not represented enough throughout, then it's kind of like sparingly blue. I don't know. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is I'm going to keep it. I'm going to go with it. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep going with the blues, and I'm going to brighten it up as much as I can throughout. And that will help, because when I drop in the even brighter whites, when I drop in even the brighter blues or white, whatever I choose to do, it'll be more represented, or it won't be as it won't stand out as much. Hopefully. You know what I could go for right now? A Down in San Diego, I believe there's a place called Don Poncho's. I'm not sure if they're still around. I think they are, but they're down in San Diego, and they're right off the Coronado Strip. I could really go for a California burrito right now. If I were to eat one meal for the rest of my life, it would be a burrito. Would it be a carne asada burrito? Because the carne asada burrito with French fries is just a California burrito. So, yeah, maybe a Cali burrito. I was born in California, so I have a little bit of an affiliation when it comes to that, or affliction when it comes to that state, and it's what it offers for food, at least. Then I moved to Arizona, and then from Arizona, I I moved everywhere. I moved everywhere. I like this a lot more. Once we lighten it up, I think the highlights will really pop. But what I'm going to do with the highlights is I'm going to go a lot lighter for the highlight. Because I think that'll play nicely. So we went from a bluish purple, went from a little bit lighter blue with the aqua green, and then into white, more of a whiter tone with the aqua green. Now we're going to drop in a lot more white, a lot more white. And but this I'm going to use. I haven't decided whether I'm going to use a knife here, one of the little putty knives or whatever they call them. I still haven't looked up what they're called. I think they're pretty sure they're knives, but anyways, either to dab it or to use one of my paintbrushes and kind of tickle it around. We'll see. We'll see how the mood strikes. So can you see that? We're mixing that in nicely. There we go. Let's see, what does that look like? I might bring this along the ridge here first, where the light is supposed to be hitting, right? So I'm gonna do it along the top parts and not down in here. So it'll mimic more of the highlight area that you would see on a painting versus not, I guess, because that's what you try to do when you paint. You try to bring the highlight areas in a flat space, but obviously this is not a flat space by any means. So that is the goal. At least we're going to try to highlight the highlights. And the lower highlights still have the lighter areas. So You know what else sounds good? And I'm probably just saying that because I'm starving. Pie. When I was in San Diego at the schoolhouse, I would go over to, what is that place? It's up in the mountains of San Diego area. And there's like a ton of pie places and like breakfast places and like just like a whole area for people that go up there during the weekend to get away from the heat. And it's just like a nice place. I don't know what it's like now. It's been almost 20 years since I've been there. But at the time, it was a really nice place to go. One place we went for for breakfast was completely crowded. But I said, all right, at least I'm coming away with a pie. And I got my apple pie. I do love an apple pie. I do love that. This works, guys. This looks good. I may have to take a break because after this blue application, because this is going to be wet for a little while, right? So I may have to take a break. I'll post this video, but we'll let you get your eyes, your face balls on the on this here Davy Jones. And what I'll do before we end the video is I'll do like a little sweep. I'll do like a little video sweep, just that way you can see it, you know. Because I can only have you so close on the shot while I'm painting. I can only have you so close because I need the space. I do, in fact, need the space around me. Isn't that right, Clark? Yeah, that looks good. That almost looks like moss growing. If anybody knows a good boat guy, we got some moss growing. The old barnacles. The addition of barnacles is something you get with age, I suppose. Let's take another step back and see how that looks. Come on over here. Excuse the reach. You can see this. So I haven't decided 100% what I'm going to do with this piece. Whether or not it's going to sit, you know, in a museum. I don't know anybody that would run a museum that would put this in here. Not to say it wouldn't be museum worthy. It's just, you know. I do plan on moving this artwork to the next destination. So if you're interested in it in the future when I'm done with it, feel free to give me a holler. We can work something out. Well, we're almost done here, guys. I want to say thank you for coming along once again. And like I said earlier, feel free to share this, like, subscribe, do the hula dance, whatever you want to do. But the more you watch me, the better off you are. So that's a fun fact. Just a fun fact. Yeah. So I'm gonna take a break there. I'm gonna let the really white, the really light blues and whites. I'm gonna let those dry, and yeah, let's take. Well, I'm gonna bring you in. So, as you can see now that I brought you in, looks pretty good. There's a definite snowy peak going on around here of a strong light source. If you were to imagine coming down in the ocean and you just went bloop with a light and the light went, maybe that's a peak. Maybe I bring that back down. Maybe I put a couple dark spots in there and, you know, whatever. So we'll see how this goes the next time around. I will try to not have too much fun without you guys. I know that this is a really fun piece, and sometimes I get motivated when it's dark out. So, cheers.